Sup?
Welcome in to the LFC transfer room for the reaction to the European Super League announcement. Now, this announcement, it's maybe it's just fake. Did we all just get full on baited? Did the entire football Twitter, entire world just get completely baited? Supposedly it was at 9:30, then it was at 10:30 p.m. UK. It's Jack and Chris here with LFC transfer room. If this turns out to be just completely bait, we'll just make fun of the BBC and we'll make fun of the Super League for like 30 minutes.
500 people here. There's 500 people here. Yeah. I'm so sorry, people.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on the potential of the European Super League. And if you don't have any opinions about it, just let us know how much you hate the BBC for absolutely baiting us.
There's 750 people here.
So if football, hopefully it is saved. We're going to try to interact with as many people as possible. But, I mean, we did an hour-and-a-half stream earlier today talking about the European Super League. So we'll repeat ourselves quite a bit. You hate America? You know what? I do too. I hate my home country for this as well.
Oh my God, mate!
Josh,
you're
asking a perfect question. We have no idea what this announcement is, and it's completely.
We were told there was going to be an announcement at 10:30. Everyone was, right? And there's not one.
No,
we've been baited, guys. To be honest, and there's 1,000 of you here.
Yeah,
and I'm so sorry.
Because we got baited and then asked them about it, does that mean that they got baited as well? Was it like just reeling everyone in? They have fully, Ronan said it, they have fully bottled the announcement, man. It's so let's talk about the European Super League a bit. So say they did announce on BBC, all right, we're making a European Super League. We hate all the local fans. We love Americans. We want to turn Europe into America 2.0. What were your thoughts on that, Chris? Summarize that from our stream earlier today.
Oh, well, if anyone was in our stream earlier today, they'll know my thoughts on the European Super League. If the European Super League does go ahead, my affiliation with Liverpool is done. It destroys every ounce of socialism left, every ounce of soul left in the club, left in the sport. And we've been broken. Yes, we know Uncle Bruno, man. We know, man. I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're doing with that badge in this stream, mate.
Where are you seeing that? The announcement? Because he says that it's been announced that they're not doing it anymore. I haven't seen that official announcement.
Where's that? Can someone send that to me on Twitter, please? At Chris Stonage. Go follow me if you haven't already, by the way. But yeah, as I was saying, the European Super League is a complete and utter joke. It shows all the corporate greed in football, takes the whole soul away. And yeah, it's a game set match. But yeah, let us know in the comments what teams you'll be supporting, if you will be, if Liverpool do into this.
Exactly. Let's pick our abandonment teams when we. If you're a Man United fan like Uncle Bruno, as much as we hate you, maybe you'll. Who do you want to pick if you decide that Manchester United is no longer your club because they decided to take money over fans? I'm just waiting for an announcement of any sort that gives me any indication of anything.
The badges. To be fair, Uncle Bruno, you're absolutely right, mate.
Yes.
I think your club, my club, all the top 6 clubs have absolutely let themselves down today. Absolutely. And it's shocking. It is shocking.
I'm just seeing like a City Extra tweet where it's like Pep Guardiola has confirmed that Zach Steffen will start in goal tomorrow, and everyone's just saying, read the room. This is not what we want to hear right now.
Zach Steffen.
So on Sky, they've announced that the clubs have agreed to carry on the new Champions League format. Have you seen anything like that, Chris? Because I know that there was the Euro, the ECA announcement that they're like, we're backing it.
Okay, so the Turkish Super League have just announced that they will not be taking any part in the competition, whatever happens.
Yeah.
Good news. And fair play on them. I know that.
All right, let's bring in our boys Chedu and Matty. Basically, boys, a summary of the first 5 minutes of that stream was we all got baited. There's no announcement. I blame Chedu.
There was 1,000 people in here. There was 1,000 people watching us. We were there. We don't know what to say.
Boys. I said what Twitter was saying. I thought we were gonna go live when there was an announcement out. I didn't know that you guys were gonna go live just like that.
No. We got baited. They get baited too. So Chedu, you're officially on find out what the hell just happened duty. Because I know. So there was a statement from the ECA. Right, which is
what's the ECA, by the way?
It's like all. So here's what their statement says: They, as the body representing 246 leading clubs across Europe, reiterates its stated commitment to working on developing the UEFA club competitions model for UEFA. And they say that a closed Super League model, to which the media articles refer to, would be strongly opposed. So basically, they kind of represent all the big European clubs. Issue was, in their meeting earlier today, the 12 founders, so that includes Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs, I believe, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, and then the Milans, did not show up because they were like, yeah, we don't really belong here anymore. So no one knows what is happening. All we know is that we hate this idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree with Lucas Chavez. Not Lucas. Seems like a power play to me. And this announcement just seems like the ultimate bait to everyone who ever tried to do anything. No announcement yet, I don't think. That's been like, nobody has sat down from the Super League and said, this is not happening or this is happening. And again, I think we're all united in this, that we may hate each other when we play, our teams play each other, but I think we're all in this.
If you haven't already, anyone who is here, go subscribe to the channel, by the way. Subscribe to the Cancer.
But yeah, I think one of the things that scares me the most is the fact that the ECA did have a meeting, and the only two that went were the two that denied joining.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's everyone but the 12 and the two that didn't deny in Bayern Munich. So is this the case? Are they just gonna?
Nah, bro. They're just gonna keep moving it forward an hour for like the next 10 years.
Next 2 years.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah. Oh, by the way, it's an hour. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we may support different clubs, but I think that this is just the middle finger to everyone who does support any club in Europe. I'm going to be blamed a lot because I'm an American, and this is an American idea, but I'm fine with that. Let's unite behind hating the Americans.
No. Unite behind hating corporate greed, mate.
That's facts. Let's recap our stances from earlier today. Matty, you're a bit different than us, but what was your take on if the European Super League was to be gone ahead with?
If it goes ahead, obviously I'm still going to go to match because I'm not missing the Reds for no one. But I'm not agreeing with it. I understand from a business point of view why Liverpool have put themselves forward, because the money in it. You'd be crazy as a business to say no to it. But it's just ruining football. But VAR ruined football. This is going to ruin football. Football as we once knew it isn't there anymore.
And Chedu, your stance from earlier today, and your thoughts, I guess, as well in general about the potential of European Super League.
Such a stupid idea. I think the best way to summarize it is how we did it in the last one, which is just like it seems like whoever came up with the idea was like 7 years old and said, "Hey, I like Real Madrid versus Liverpool. How about we have that every single day?" You know, it gets tiring quickly. It just takes the passion out of the sport, and I just think I think it's such a stupid idea.
And what's insanity is that there would be 15, according to the original proposal, 15 teams that were guaranteed placement in it year in, year out, at least for the foreseeable future. 5 teams that could promote themselves in there. 5 teams in all of Europe that can kind of push themselves into there, versus Arsenal, who currently find themselves presiding, I believe, 8th place in the Premier League. They will get smacked around. Let's be honest. They will get smacked around by every club in the European Super League. They may finish 20th, and yet they're going to stay there.
Fucking joke, innit?
And we could get smacked around, and we'd stay up.
We won't get smashed. We'll win it.
And you know what's crazy? Again, another comment from a Man United fan. I hate bringing up Man United fans' comments, but you know, it's spot on that this is money that is going to go into the pockets of the owners, and it's not going to trickle down. It's not going to trickle down to grassroots football. It's very unlikely that it's going to trickle down to better players, things like that. It's just corporate greed.
The whole system will die. The whole system will die, mate. Oh Christ! Tries to turn the light on, and all of a sudden gets loser. The whole system will die, mate. And there will be no. It's just done. Grassroots football will have to be like just your mates kick around in the park. League One, League Two, the whole pyramid, as Gary Neville said, the whole pyramid that's been built over these years that works effectively. If you do well and you've got good funds, you go to the top. If you don't, you fall down. And if you go out of existence altogether, you go into into administration, then you go from the bottom up again. Okay, this is the epitomization of elitism. And that's what we've got in our country at the moment. One, with the leadership of the government, and two, in like the power of greed and the upper class. This is football, the working class sport.
I think the biggest positive that could be of no announcement happening is that clubs have backed out. They've seen the writing on the wall. They've seen fans losing their minds. And they're like, yeah, you know what? Let's go back to UEFA. I would just hope that they got scared and they realized that this was a risk they did not want to take because, they've got a money printing factory as things are. They want to be stronger.
I did read on Twitter. I forgot who it was that said
that's always a bad start to a thought.
Yeah, of course. But it was something about that the clubs from the European Super League saw the gigantic amount of backlash and decided to push back. I don't know. There was no actual source, so I didn't bring it up at the moment. But I feel like that might have been a factor if it was actually going to happen. If the announcement was actually going to happen, it wasn't just a bluff or just a lie. I think that part of it could go to the backlash they received.
Yeah, I don't understand how you could possibly not expect backlash. I genuinely don't understand how John Henry, in his infinite wisdom, could not sit down and realize.
Sorry.
Do you honestly think they care?
Fenway Sports Group. I don't think they do. Right, Fenway Sports Group. What have they done? Tried £77 tickets. Tried to trademark Liverpool. Did the furlough stuff. They put it out there. They had backlash. They backed down. It's probably going to be the same again, but it's the principle, man. It's the principle. It's not Liverpool Football Club. It's not Liverpool as a city. It's just awful, man. Yeah. I hate FSG, man. FSG out.
See, I'm not that extreme.
Yeah, I'm not that extreme because if you think of it from like a FSG aren't football fans. They've never been football fans. They've always said from the start they're buying it for a business. Someone's offering them £350 million to join another league. They're going to go, oh, all right then, sound. Yeah, I'll join that.
Let's also be clear. This is not a replacement to the Premier League. The Premier League made it that case because they said you can't do both. You have to pick. We're kicking you out if you join. Exactly. The Super League's intention was to be on top of everything else, kind of to replace the Champions League, I would imagine, because it would be in the midweek and there would be a final on a weekend, kind of like how the Champions League is right now, where it would be midweeks up until the final. So the intention wasn't to replace the Premier League, but they just botched everything. In my eyes, I don't think FSG out because they haven't done anything.
Do you honestly believe the Premier? If this goes ahead, do you honestly believe the Premier League going to kick out Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Chelsea? They're not. Think the only team of the big six who said no is City, innit?
They said yes. They said
yeah. At the end of the day, we don't owe the Premier League or the FA anything, but we do owe the fans and the integrity of the sport something. And elitism is not where football is founded.
But yeah, it goes into what we were talking about earlier, which was I feel if everything's actually happening, that what FIFA, UEFA, the Premier League, everyone's saying is just a bluff. Because let's be honest with you, FIFA does what they're saying. FIFA's just gonna be in the mud. The Premier League does say they're gonna lose so much money, it's gonna be crazy. So I doubt that if it actually happens, they're gonna push on and kick everyone out. If they do, then props to them for actually doing it. But I genuinely can't see them doing it.
Yeah, so will players leave? Because it was discussion earlier. We've seen José this season saying that they'll know that the players will come crawling back, and then Liverpool and all the other clubs subsequently may decide, okay, we should come back as well. I don't think the players would leave. Matty, you obviously believe that the money would be stronger in the Super League, so the players would be gravitationally going towards there.
I think if it happens, I think that'll be where now every player wants to play in the Champions League. There's talk of Haaland leaving Dortmund because they're not going to be in the Champions League. If all the best teams, because all the South Americans associate Real Madrid and Barcelona as the best teams, and you've got other countries who associate X, Y, and Z as the best teams. You're going to have all the best players wanting to go and play in the Super League with all the best teams playing against your Real Madrid and your Barcelonas every single week. So that's where I think all the best players will go to. So it ultimately does dry up all the league's core, which is sad, and that's why it's going to ruin football.
This, for me, as I said earlier, it comes from the top down, doesn't it? Look at who's in charge of our country. And to be fair to the man, all right, he's done lots of things wrong, but he's come out and said this is out of order. But it's,
the government are against the idea as well. So
yeah, but at the end of the day, it's the same. Like,
yeah.
It's football's a reflection of society. I can't remember who said that, but it is a thing.
Again, I bet you Steve.
Football is a reflection of society, and that it's proven right here. It's the proof is in the pudding, lads.
When society is as fucked as it is in this country, nothing surprises me anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like even when you look like voting elections and people are still going to vote for that shower of shite in charge, and you're just like, why? So no matter what we think, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and yeah, it's going to ruin football. But ultimately, the people at the top don't care. We've realised that in this pandemic, I think, more than ever. So I feel as though if the people at the top say something's happening, we're just all the lab rats who just nod and say, okay.
Yeah. God. I mean, did City join? I mean,
yeah.
I don't think they have. I'm sure they haven't.
They have.
Reports say most reports say that they did join. That all the top 6 joined. Big 6, sorry, the big 6 joined.
Any excuse to blame them fucking Tories, I'm telling you.
Yep, and it comes down to a Jamie Webster lyric, right? When all the dreamers are left out to rot, you can't rise up. The meritocracy, right? You can't rise up. Like the likes of Leicester wouldn't have happened if we have this elitist stuff. We'll keep on saying it. Elitism is not the way forward.
Pritch, no, Bayern did not join. Neither did PSG. Bayern did mostly because of the fact that that 51% of Bayern is owned by the fans. So that was never gonna run.
Yeah, I mean, this announcement has been rent free in my head. The fact that we got baited enough to get off our asses, sit down, make this stream, bring people together to talk about this concept, and they don't even have the balls to say it's happening or not. Disgrace.
They don't have the balls to do anything. Just to update everyone that's not been notified, there is no announcement. Sorry.
Yeah, we all got got. We all got gone.
We could change the tweet title.
We just clickbaited them.
No, leave it. It's gonna bring views.
Nah, bro. I'm so sorry, man.
I'm changing the YouTube channel to no European Super League announcement. They've bottled it.
European Super League announcement 11:30. Everyone go wait for that for another hour.
Wow, what do you think of that one? That's a bit of a mad one, isn't it? Like, you're not stripping us of that Premier League. We only just bloody won it. You can fuck off.
You can't rewrite history.
Exactly.
I mean,
it's kind of like saying, everything you want, every European Cup you won before it was called a Champions League just doesn't exist anymore.
No, that's different though. I think it's like when Juventus got match fixing, and they got 1 or 2 titles stripped from them, and they got knocked down.
But that's different too. That's match fixing.
Well, I mean, it's the title stripped, and so they can't say blank titles we've won. We can't say 19 times because we wouldn't have. It'd be 0 times.
I kind of see where these guys are coming from. I don't think it's all up. I think they've given it to BBC Sport and The Athletic. Like, those are the 2 of the most reliable sources out there. So,
and I think also we can't really just rely on these sources, because I guarantee you there was supposed to be an announcement, but these guys could just say, yeah, I ain't putting my name on this in public. I'm letting the rumors be the ones that get, because who's getting all the hits? It's The Athletic, it's BBC Sport, who are getting just, where's the announcement? That's why they want it. They don't want it to be, oh, we're going to get hell rained down on me if we make this announcement right now, which, I mean, considering how many people are talking, like, Twitter is blowing up about this. If it was released, if it was talked about, like, they don't want to do it right now. And I can't imagine. It's 5:50. It's almost 6 o'clock here in the United States where I live, but it's nearing midnight for you guys. Like,
Matty, I've got a favor to ask you, bro. Can you read this guy's name, please?
Nah, I can't. I'm not getting baited again.
Oh my god,
that's a good name, Ice. That's a good name.
That would be ice. We'll call it ice.
Ice,
No,
ice.
No more.
I think Barca and Madrid have agreed to it because in America, in Spain, all the money's being stripped out of like with the TV rights. So
Barcelona,
they've got no more. Barcelona are on the verge of administration, aren't they?
They're 1 billion euros. 1 billion euros in debt.
Not as much.
So that's why they've sort of had their hands tied, really, haven't they? It's more like, you've got to join because you've got no money.
I'm reading a tweet from the Anfield Talk. The European Super League announcement is still expected to be soon. Sky.
Wait, Jack, please.
Can you read the comment, Jack, please?
Yeah. Oh, I do know Litterus. Yeah, I do know about him.
Can't find him though. He's always quite evasive. I can't find him.
That's a you problem, Chris. Yeah. The announcement's back on, boys. The announcement's back on. We're gonna
be sassy at like 1 a.m. Me and Chris waiting for this announcement.
Right, you got to change the title, bro. You got to change it to Super League announcement. Back on.
Matty, I don't think it actually changed the YouTube title. I don't think it ever did because I don't think it just worked. Matty, I need you to download FM. We're gonna play FM together. While we wait for this to happen, we're going to make it.
Let's make an online game. We can
really get a season in.
It's gonna be 2046 by the time the announcement comes out.
Right. Okay.
So this is where you're saying Crystal Palace would never allow this to happen. They're not a super club, though, are they? I mean, it'll be clubs like Crystal Palace who are going to be. No, but it's going to be clubs like Crystal Palace that are massively affected by it. If anything, all these super clubs are going to be. They're going to be affected by it, but they're going to have all this money. Where teams like Palace are going to be the ones who are going to be in the Premier League, which has got no money in it. It's worthless, and it's going to end up crumbling clubs like Palace, who are fantastic for communities like Croydon and stuff. So.
Real quick.
No, if it's
wait.
Don't. No, that's.
Where is it, bro? Where's the announcement, bro?
It's supposedly soon.
Okay, Boris Johnson and Oliver Dowden, who's the Secretary for Sport, are drawing up government-enforced consequences for the Big Six clubs if they go ahead with the European Super League.
He can fuck off. I want to do it now if he wants consequences. 30 Tory.
Oh, Jurgen, you're getting a £1 million fine for being involved with a football club. What consequences could you have for them just exercising?
Jack, it's this country, mate. He doesn't have a clue. He doesn't have an absolute igloo, the fella running this country. You may have thought Trump was bad. Oh, my God. This fella, right, is an absolute clown. I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire. Put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, Lucas, this isn't spot on. The announcement will be that they're announcing. They will announce without they're announcing that they have a plan. That hurt my brain. My brain, I think, just turned off trying to read that. But yeah, I mean, all right. Who's going to be on refreshing Twitter duty?
I'm already doing it. Doing it.
Everyone in the chat, I need you.
Yeah, we all need you.
While we wait.
I hope you're trying to bait me. I hope you're trying to bait me. I really hope you are.
Matty, chill. It's a bait. Matty,
don't get baited. Don't get baited.
Okay, so while we wait, I'll ask you guys some general questions and see how good your general knowledge is. Who wants to
What?
go?
What?
Who wants to go first?
I'll do it, bro. I rate my general knowledge. I'll go for it. Come on.
All right. So what's the largest organ in the body?
The skin.
Good. Jack. Who was the first man in space?
Come on, bro. I know this one. Come on, you can do this.
It was some Russian dude, wasn't it?
It was an American, wasn't it?
No.
Russian. I don't know the Russian's name. It was Russian.
It's Yuri Gagarin.
Okay. Yep. That Yuri Gagarin.
I'm an American. I'm programmed to hear any Russian and it just turns off.
Neil Armstrong was the first one in the moon, not in space.
Oh.
Okay, let me see. What other general question can I ask?
Shortly, we're waiting for.
Yeah, we're waiting for the announcement. Meanwhile, we're just doing anything to waste time. Matty, what color is a Welsh poppy?
A Welsh poppy? Red.
I know this one.
A Welsh puppy is yellow.
Yellow, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
You guys
don't
are
really.
nerds.
I don't really. I'm not really
daffodil.
into flowers.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
People will be coming to this stream like, what the fuck are you?
Yeah, all right. Hey, yeah, thanks, Leeds Focus. Good luck on Monday as well. Let's hope for
Yeah, well, good luck, but I hope you lose, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. You know what? Exactly. We talked about we're going to be croquet transfer room. We're just going to be general knowledge transfer room. We're
Yes.
just going to only do trivia.
Flower transfer room.
Yes, exactly. Sure. Anyway, so this is just an infuriating. We could be here for. All right. Let's do some bets. Over under 30 minutes from now that the announcement happens.
Over.
Under.
Oh,
I'm
someone.
Over 30 minutes.
I'm optimistic.
I reckon under myself. I don't think you can make it drag on much longer to 11 o'clock in the UK. So
I think we gotta go. I'm thinking over. So we are going to need to kind of stretch it out a little bit. Do we want to talk about Leeds tomorrow, actually, now that we're all here? Or do we want to keep on talking about Super League? Let's talk about Super League. Let's not bait the people. I hate this already because they're making me wait so long.
This what makes me think that it's actually happening now. Why are you making us wait?
Well, I've got an interesting concept for you here.
All right.
If the European Super League happened 20 years ago, what clubs would have been in it and why in comparison to now?
It'd be mostly the same. I think
You won't have PSG in there.
Yeah, well, yeah,
PSG,
not PSG.
No Man City, no Tottenham, probably no Chelsea.
20 years ago, no Chelsea.
So if you think about it, if it was 2000, for the Premier League, it would be Arsenal, Man United, Leeds,
yeah. And I'd throw in Liverpool. 20 years ago was
when we switched to the Premier League, it was just a matter of changing there was more money in it. And
I'm talking conceptually here, bro. I'm talking conceptually.
You know what, Chris? That's actually a great idea because
so say like if it happened like 20 years ago, what happened, bro?
Because here's the thing. So you think about that 20 years ago.
Apparently
clubs
someone announced.
Then
Jack. Oh! I nearly got baited.
Gentlemen, here's what's happening. You're not going to read it and then interrupt me. You're going to read it. You're going to check it's verified. You're going to check the follower count. You're going to read it again, and then you're going to say, "Jack, I think I have something." I'm not going to have anybody baited on this stream. All right, understand?
That is true, Adam. That is true. But Liverpool won the treble, bro.
Exactly.
So I don't know how they won the FA Cup 20 years ago.
Technically, we won 5 cups. If you want to be technical about it, because we won the Super Cup and the Community Shield as well.
Yeah, because and you know what's interesting is that think about how different the distribution of teams was 20 years ago versus what it will be 20 years from now. So to lock in teams as, oh, you're the greatest right now, that's all you'll ever be, I hate that. I mean, Arsenal, right? I'm not saying they're going to be the next Sunderland and just completely collapse, bottom out, but they have not deserved to be a team that is top 6. When was the last time they were in the Champions League? Arsenal.
2018?
Oh no, it was longer than that. I think it was
it was 2018. I think
that was 3 years ago. They haven't been in the Champions League since Wenger left.
They have, mate. They got twatted 5-1 twice by Bayern that year.
Oh, I thought you said when did they last win it?
They've never won it.
They've never won it.
Oh my god, boys!
No, I mean Arsenal haven't been in the top 4 since 15-16.
15-16.
Since Wenger left.
Yeah.
Yep.
Since they finished second behind Leicester, that was the last time they finished in the top 4. And so
someone called Mike Keegan, who is off the Mail on Sports, has said it's a very much. They're still waiting for the statement. It's being reinforced that this is very much a US-led operation. It won't mean much to many, but so Chelsea and City were very much backed into a corner.
And also here, Hassan Salihamidzic is working, so Bayern says yes to the Super League, and they also want Leipzig as well. Leipzig,
instead of Dortmund,
who didn't exist 13 years ago.
Yeah, I'm more and more distancing from this. The more I read about it.
Apparently, the club's stance on it is they don't need the additional money. It's the threat, prospect, and fear of being left behind in the evolution of football.
What?
I mean,
Oh my goodness.
if it does happen, it's true.
Oh my
I
God.
think there's too much gone on about it. Like, too many big journos have had this news leaked to them for it to not be real.
So are you seeing this tweet from BBC about the pandemic?
About what?
No, this is just we already know.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, wait. Have we heard about the Boris Johnson statement?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Very damaging for football, taking action.
Boris Johnson will do it. The first club on the top of his list will be Liverpool. That fellow will do anything to fuck this city over. Maggie Thatcher in disguise.
Did they really? Did they really follow a fake Super League account?
I read it.
So wait, listen to this.
Did you read it twice?
Apparently-
Check the account. Did you check the account?
Yes, I checked the account. So, okay, I double checked the account. So apparently, in a scenario where the Super League actually starts, but then fails, some of the clubs might risk bankruptcy or might just go extinct due to the massive economical hit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a $60 billion lawsuit pending against them.
It is unlawful, isn't it? Like, realistically.
I think with this, I think Chelsea would have been in it myself. I agree with them. When did Abramovich come in?
2003.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think
they were sick before he came, like the little period before. They had Zola and Vialli.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then
good side.
afterwards.
Yeah, that's when Chelsea were likable.
See,
Yeah.
and you know, I think that's it also raises the point that Chelsea then versus Chelsea now, they're very different clubs, and not allowing this progression naturally, legitimately. You could say that oil money is illegitimate. It's more legitimate than the Super League, which is basically just no consequences for teams who suck, no meritocracy. And I love that, Chris. That word, Chris.
For me, I think football's been ruined for a long time. No, I was watching something the other day about Steven Gerrard, and it said that Chelsea nearly bought him for like 35 million. Steven Gerrard. Like, if you put that into context, I remember when he nearly left. Steven Gerrard in today's modern games a £200 million player easily. So, like, when you think about how much football's changed in the last 10 years, I think the Neymar transfer to PSG was what ruined football. Personally.
I just checked. Why is Arsenal following them?
Arsenal just followed this account.
I mean, listen.
Last tweet was in 2013 saying full-time Montpellier 1, Tottenham 4. Bale scores all 4 for Spurs. Hashtag USL.
Right. So for this one, I think we take them seriously for issues like this and not racism, because they clearly don't give a flying fuck about racism.
Yeah, I mentioned this after we stopped the last live stream that the god of Twitter, Andy, tweeted, look at how fast UEFA respond to this, but then to racism, they don't.
Callum, you are asking the $1 million question, and if you knew the answer to that, you would be one rich man.
You would be, bro. Or you would be a man who had a lot of interactions on Twitter.
You would say the announcement is not happening tonight, and everyone would be like, "Oh, yay, go Callum!" and they go to bed. We don't know when the announcement is. We were originally going to react to it because we took them by their word, which was the biggest mistake. It was supposed to be 10:30. Now we are nearing on 11.
It said 10:30 CET, which is what?
No, it said 10. It said 10 for UK time afterwards.
No. Oh, after as well? Oh.
Yeah, it said on BBC.
We're trusting these Madrid info accounts, and they're like, "There's Madrid transfer news. There's going to be an announcement at 5:30." Oh, thank you, Lucas. I appreciate you telling us shortly. Well, what you can do in the meantime, while we wait for this announcement, is drop a subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video. Appreciate the engagement as always.
Apparently, it's going to be in 10 minutes.
All right, Matty, I'm holding you to that. If it's not in 10 minutes,
Why are you saying that?
Matty, if not, you have to you have to go bald.
Well, it's the deputy news editor of the. It's the deputy news editor of the Guardian who's got 50k followers saying it's going to be 10 minutes.
All right. Now we're doing it over under 10 minutes from now. So will it happen at 16 UK or Eastern time? Over under 10 minutes.
Over.
Apparently, Chelsea and City are going to have statements blaming Liverpool United, and they didn't want to be left behind.
That'd be funny, honestly. I would actually kind of laugh if that was what happened. The amount of plot twists.
That Kevin Palmer's just hit the nail on the head with a tweet. He's put the Premier League allowed owners to come into the game who are here to just make money. So, of course, FSG, the Glazers, and co will jump at a plan to guarantee huge revenues. Our game has been hijacked, and now the mercenaries have played their hand. You reap what you sow.
Plot
Absolutely
twist. Plot twist. This is just everyone's panicking, but turns out it's actually just a basketball tournament.
We can only hope. City and Chelsea apparently were backed into a corner, Storms. So,
Yeah, so it was like-
the big boys forced us to.
I think it was the fourth thing was that they didn't want to be left behind, which I think is actually a very valid response to if Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, and Spurs saying we're making a Super League, and if you're not invited, you're sticking in the Premier League by yourself. Which would get more traction, actually? Liverpool, United, Spurs, and Arsenal going to a Super League versus the Premier League that maintains Chelsea and Man City.
Oh, Super League every day.
I think
Wait, repeat that question. I didn't.
you keep two of the big six in the Premier League, Man City and Chelsea, versus the other four big six go to the Super League. Which one gets more traction?
The Super League.
You really think
Obviously. Yes.
Mate, Liverpool, Man United, and Arsenal are
Yes.
the biggest clubs in this country. And they've got the biggest fan bases worldwide, so 100%.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, what's happening right now is that Liverpool, United, and Arsenal, the American owners, are being not framed, but they're saying that they kind of just this is an American idea. They wanted to build this, and they're saying that Chelsea and Man City were afraid to be left behind, so they're joining. So we're gonna wait. We're supposedly about 6 minutes away from an announcement. Do not bully me, but we're gonna be here together.
It's
Wait,
all
what?
about what New Year's Eve, isn't it? Like, I'm sort of,
4, 3,
Yeah.
2, 1. No announcement.
I'm glad that we enjoy the death of football together, gentlemen.
Yes.
I would not.
You know what, guys in the comments, what would you like us to comment after LFC Transfer Room dies? Tennis, basketball, or just I don't know,
I could learn those.
cricket, ultimate frisbee, or we can just become a trivia channel. We can become a trivia channel if you want.
We up the shirt, boys.
I can't back that.
And you know what, Jorge, you make a good point. Actually, if that's not how you pronounce your name, I apologize.
Yes.
This is meant to be the logo of it.
Oh, that's that. No way. No way. No way.
These five-
No, actually, you know what? I can't believe it because have you seen the new the new Spanish Federation and the new Spanish national team badges? The new Inter badge. It's you know what? I could 100% believe it.
Oh, God.
So,
Right, mate, Lucas, I've got something to show you, mate.
No one wants to see it. No one wants to see it. No one wants to see it. Lucas, why would you ask that?
Lucas, you poked a sleeping bear. He's gonna pull out his.
No one wants to see it.
Lucas, what do you think, bro? Do you rate it?
Bye.
I think it's great, personally. What do you guys think?
No.
Let us know in the comments. Bring it
the
back.
biggest mistake you've ever done. No, don't bring it back. You know what? I think that's scarier than a Super League.
Mate, I kept it. I was like, this is going to be lucky, right? We're going to beat Real Madrid. It's going to be class. But it didn't work.
No, as far as we know, it's not happening to women's football. By the way,
Yeah, it won't happen. By the way, women's football is like top level talent. If you haven't watched it, then you're missing out. But yeah,
women's football is
won't
on
be
the up
happening
in this country, to be fair. They've just got a big deal.
I watch them for women. Right.
Everton
Same.
women play in a park by where I work, so they were playing today. So we sometimes walk over and watch them and stuff. But they've just got a big deal off BT, the Women's Super League. So I think it's on the rise in this country anyway.
That's good.
Be a
That's
shame
very
for them
good.
it'd be a shame for them to ruin women's football when it's only just getting going. Really,
Maybe that's the next move. LFCTR
Boys.
women transfer room.
when we get big enough, we should do it. When we get big enough, we should do it. Definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, there's a lot of fantastic female players in the league there in England. I mean, one of the best.
the only
right
thing
now
I
plays for
don't
Arsenal.
like. Yeah, but the only thing I don't like about women's football is they all switch teams. They all play for each other.
All right, I have a tweet from Mohamed Bouafasti, that's how you pronounce his last name, saying, urgent, the 12 clubs formalized the launch of the Super League. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez appointed president. And a tweet from Fabrizio Romano, the 12
That's what I was gonna say.
clubs today jointly announced an agreement competition, the Super League. AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico, Chelsea, Barcelona, Internacional, Juventus, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Tottenham have all joined. Notably, no Chelsea, Chelsea, I'm an idiot. Yeah, no PSG, no Bayern. Wow. So 12 clubs. It actually just happened. Fabrizio Romano.
Wow.
Fabrizio Romano, what?
He said it. 12 clubs joined: Milan, Arsenal, Atletico, Chelsea, Barca, Inter, Juve, us, City, United, Real Madrid, and Spurs. Chris in the mud. Chris in the mud.
Wow. So yeah.
Chris has gone. Chris left. Chris is fuming. Chris is fuming.
What did he do? I missed it.
He left. He just left. He left.
Wow.
It's actually happening.
I'm going to read it again. Official statement. 12 football clubs today jointly announced an agreement competition, the Super League. AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico, Chelsea, Barcelona, Internacional, Juventus, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Real Madrid, Tottenham have all joined. Another tweet from Romano. 3 more clubs are expected to join as founding clubs before the inaugural season, which is expected to start as soon as possible. In the future, the founding clubs look forward to consulting with UEFA and FIFA in order to work together.
Wow.
Well, lads.
Welcome to the last episode of LFC Transfer Room YouTube channel.
You know what? I did not think this was real.
Neither did I. I genuinely thought it was a bluff.
Wow. Jesus.
A female Super League to be created.
Whoa, say that again. Sorry, you just froze.
Sorry, a female Super League is also going to be created.
Really? Both?
Yep.
Jesus.
That is, well, I'm sorry, lads.
I mean, okay, so what does this mean? What does this mean?
It means that it wasn't a bluff after all. It means that
That's it for me. Sorry,
No, Josh, the announcement was just done. The announcement. It's happening. There are 12 clubs that we've talked about. All of the big 6 from England. It actually happened. As soon as possible was the wording that they used. I'm genuinely stunned. Yeah, go check it out. I believe we'll have a tweet on the LFC Transfer Room. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's stunning that this actually happened. Where can you find it? LFC Transfer Room Twitter. We just posted about it, and then Fabrizio Romano. Just there's an announcement from the European Super League, which. So, here is the actual wording from the statement. All right, I'm going to read the actual thing. 12 of Europe's leading football clubs have today come together to announce that they have agreed to establish a new midweek competition, the Super League, governed by its founding clubs. And then all of them have all joined as founding clubs. It is anticipated that a further 3 clubs will join ahead of the inaugural season, which is intended to commence as soon as practicable. Wow.
It's done.
Yeah.
What,
It's
what are we meant to do? Yeah.
Bit of a mad one, isn't it?
Lucas, German clubs are owned 51% of the 51% of each club is owned by the fans. So of course, shit like this was never going to run. So all German teams, which are essentially Bayern, Dortmund, and Leipzig. Well, Leipzig hasn't been done yet, but Bayern and Dortmund both denied. They are still trying to get Bayern and they're trying to get Leipzig, and PSG said no.
Here's a quote from Joel Glazer. By bringing together the world's greatest clubs and players to play each other, the Super League will open a new chapter for European football, ensuring world-class competition and facilities and increased financial support for the wider football pyramid. Get out of here. Increased support for the wider football pyramid? You're having a joke.
Okay, so here, real quick, James Pierce put the announcement in English, so I'll read the entire thing for everyone here. 12 of Europe's leading football clubs have today come together to announce that they have agreed to establish a new midweek competition, the Super League, governed by its founding clubs: AC Milan, Arsenal FC, Atletico de Madrid, Chelsea FC, FC Barcelona, FC Inter Milan, Juventus, Liverpool, City, United, Real Madrid, and Tottenham Hotspur have all joined as founding clubs. It is anticipated that a further 3 clubs will join ahead of the inaugural season, which is intended to commence as soon as practicable. Going forward, the founding clubs look forward to holding discussions with UEFA and FIFA to work together in partnership to deliver the best outcomes for the new league and for football as a whole. The formation of the Super League comes at a time when the global pandemic has accelerated the instability in the existing European football economic model. Further, for a number of years, the founding clubs have had the objective of improving the quality and intensity of existing European competitions throughout each season and of creating a format for top clubs and players to compete on a regular basis.
We don't
the
want
pandemic.
When we lose.
It's not over. It's not over.
It's over. The game's
It's not
over.
over. It's not over. The pandemic has shown that a strategic vision and a sustainable commercial approach are required to enhance value and support for the benefit of the entire European football pyramid. In recent months, extensive dialogue has taken place with football stakeholders regarding the future format of European competitions. The founding clubs believe that solutions proposed following these talks do not solve fundamental issues, including the need to provide higher quality matches and additional financial resources for the overall football pyramid. That's his statement. And by the way, Matty, that the logo you showed seems to be the one, because the one showed here looks a lot like it. So yeah,
I reckon I could have made it.
The club that has the 4th most Champions League titles of all time are not a super team. They do not get to join the Champions League or the European Super League.
That's because they're run by fans. They're Bayern Munich. I think if we were 51% fans, we wouldn't be in it.
If we were more than 5%,
the German football model is one of the best football models you'll ever see, ever. It's so good. But it just screams of corporate money greed, really. When the Glazers are involved, these are a family who've actively put money into the Buccaneers to get them to win the Super Bowl and took it out of United. This when you look at the contracts they give Gabrowski and Brady and stuff, they loan the money through United to get the Buccaneers. So the corporate greed.
I would like to formally announce that I am no longer a Liverpool fan.
So real quick, to add to everything that I just said, there's more to it. So the competition format is 20 participating clubs with 15 founding clubs and a qualifying mechanism for a further 5 teams to qualify annually based on achievements in the prior season. Midweek fixtures with all participating clubs continuing to compete in their respective national leagues, preserving the traditional domestic match calendar which remains at the heart of the club game. An August start with clubs participating in 2 groups of 10, playing home and away fixtures, with the top 3 in each group automatically qualifying for the quarterfinals. Yeah. Teams finishing 4th and 5th will then compete in a 2-leg playoff for the remaining quarterfinal positions. A 2-leg knockout format will be used to reach the final at the end of May, which will be staged as a single fixture at a neutral venue. As soon as practicable after the start of the men's competition, A Liverpool tweet? Okay.
Yeah, I'll grab that up. Chedu, finish your statement. Sorry.
Okay. So, as soon as practicable after the start of the men's competition, a corresponding women's league will also be launched, helping to advance the development of the women's game. There's more, but go for it.
Here's the Liverpool tweet. It's the press release that you just read, but before it says Liverpool Football Club can confirm that we have joined Europe's leading clubs in agreeing to form a new competition, the European Super League. A joint statement released by all 12 founding clubs can be found below, with further information being made available in due course. We are committed to working with all stakeholders, particularly supporters, as plans for the competition develop. No. You don't give a crap about the fans. I'm sorry. I love this club. I will continue to love this club, but that is an embarrassing decision. That is an embarrassing decision. Let us know in the comments your thoughts.
I'm done.
Doesn't it show, with Florentino Perez being like the gaffer in charge and that, like, I know it's fixed anyway, the presidency at Real Madrid, but it's so bang on, it's fixed that he's being kept in, and now he's president of the fucking Super League. It's a joke. And now up the Perps, City, Liverpool, FC.
Yes,
got
mate.
my vote. Up the fucking Perps.
I am sick. I'm sick. So,
I think it's the death of football as we know it. Honestly, I think.
So, okay, we need to make a distinguishment.
It's done.
We need to make a distinguishment.
This is a working class game, by the way. A working class sport. Even in the war, they stopped fighting to play a game of footy, and we've just been priced out.
That's not true, but we'll move on from that.
Well, that's what I learned in history, so it can stay true. But like, we're just being priced out by modern day businessmen. But the Premier League can't come in and say, "Oh, we're against this," when they're the ones who've allowed all these businessmen to come into football. If you think back to 10, 15 years ago, there wasn't all this money in football, so they've ruined it by pricing football into this big, massive business model anyway, and then now it's just being tapped up by even more businessmen. So it's just a big joke. Football's done.
Liverpool have 2,500 replies to their tweet that has 1,500 likes. There is no way this actually happens. I'm sorry, but
it does.
We cannot allow it to happen.
There will be riots about this.
We have to make a
The reason it'll happen, Jack, is for this. €3 billion each. The farming clubs. 3 billion.
Fuck
3
off.
billion.
I'm sorry.
No.
I don't know if that is a collective.
Mbappe 2022.
No. Where did you see that? Where did you see that? 3 billion per?
I think it's
like per club.
I think it's per league. 10 clubs in a league.
Yep, it says it in the official announcement that founding clubs will receive an amount of 3.5 billion solely to support the infrastructure investment. Yep.
So Josh, I'll summarize again.
That's basically a lot of money. That's why it's happening.
Is that they got a ton of money funded by, I think, JP Morgan, are mainly one of the biggest founders of it, or fundings of it. These clubs will make a new midweek competition, probably to replace the Champions League is their intention, where it's going to be 20 teams, no closed circuit, so no relegation for Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, the like. And it's going to fill the pockets up. And
right. Let me tell you this now. Okay, Liverpool fans out there who are watching this, there may not be many of you. There may only be 50 or 60 of you. Okay, but use this now as a motive for change. If there is a ticket for Liverpool, it'll probably be sold. You probably, if you want to go watch Liverpool, fine, go do it. But
I'll still go and watch Liverpool.
I'm not going. I will go to Liverpool. I'll go and watch AFC Liverpool. Okay, so, I'd rather do that than fill the pocket with greedy. I'm not saying the see you next Tuesday word, but I was going to, because that's what they are. All right, that is what they are.
I am beyond fuming, beyond. And here's the thing, though. We have a very small platform, right? But we can use our voices for change. Everyone we've interacted with hates this idea. They hate how greedy this is. All pundits hate this idea. They hate how greedy it is. And they will follow the supporters. How can JP Morgan, How can Liverpool look their fans in the face and say, we're going to work with you to make this competition work, when we say we hate this?
Because if you own a business, aside from football, if you own a business and all your employees say, I don't like this new style, but you're making £3 billion,
3.5,
which is £3.5 billion, billion euros, I'm assuming. So about £3 billion, you're going to say to your employees, I don't give a fuck about you. I'm going into it. And that's what all the clubs are going to do. Every single club is going to enter the Super League for money because they're a business.
You know what? I have respect for PSG. Respect. Because they do not have the financial ability to compete with us now. If this actually goes through, we will take the players like Mbappe from them because we have better financial strength than them. And they said they'll listen to their fans. Maybe it wasn't for their fans. Maybe they had ulterior motives. But I'm going to give them the credit of saying that they listen to their fans. Wow.
What fans?
So is the game dead?
Yes, you've got loads of fans, to be fair. Their home fans are class.
The game's dead. The game's been dead for me, though, Jack, for about 3 years now, since all this technology come into it. Like,
so
you can't even celebrate a goal anymore.
Quickly, want to say something? So as it stands right now, all 12 clubs will be excluded from the Champions League and their domestic leagues next season, meaning that City, so meaning that West Ham, so if the table stays the way it is right now, from the Premier League, those that will be going to the UCLR, Leicester, West Ham, Everton, and Leeds.
All the Blues will be made up.
Mate, to be fair, it's their chance, and I don't blame them. They can be made up as much as... Oh, mate, it's just ruined.
The thing is, though, right, all these clubs in the Prem, they're going to get a chance in the Champions League if this actually does go ahead. But the thing is, the Premier League's done. If you take Liverpool, United, City, Arsenal out of the Premier League, then Sky Sports, they're going to sit there and say, oh, we aren't for it. But they are also going to film them games and put them on telly for money. So all the money is going to be pumped into the Super League for TV deals and not into the Premier League. So ultimately, the Premier League is going to end up as good as, say, the Championship and League One, where there's not much money in it, but there's just raw talent in footballers. If you go and watch League One,
the Champions League will be mudded as well. The Champions League will be mudded. Like,
it's ridiculous. Like, people who there's clubs, I've seen fans of clubs on Twitter going and made up, my club's not part of it. Well, ultimately, your club's not part of it, but your club's domestic league is fucked. The Champions League is the football as we know it is ruined. If you aren't in this Super League now, ultimately you're not going to have as much money. Look at what's happened just in France. They've had the TV money cut, and the players are going for nothing because they need to sell players to make money. And that's what's going to happen when the Super League comes in, because your Skies, your BTs, your the Dazens or whatever, Eddie Earn's little thing, that's all going to buy the TV rights. So there's not going to be any money in the Premier League. So the clubs in the Premier League are going to be in the mud as well. So it just fucks football up on a grand scale, really.
So quick question. So how would this work? Would 6 teams get promoted from the Championship, or will they just play with
they'll get
14 teams?
6 teams get promoted.
Yeah, the top 6 teams, I guess, will be promoted.
I've seen this as well about the ASEAN having the TV rights. We've paid stupid money for it, but that's the thing. Like, everyone's going to cancel the Sky subscriptions to go and have the ASEAN, because we can sit here now slagging it off, but 90% of football fans are still going to watch it out of interest to be like.
And there we go. Fabrizio just said, every club and player will be banned from all UEFA, FIFA, European, and international competitions.
See, they say this though, right? But like you said before, international football, is FIFA really going to say at the World Cup, which has been so corrupt to go into the Far East, are they really going to say that your likes of Mbappe's and Haaland's and Salah's and Mane's, they aren't going to be there?
I think we got to bite our previous praise. According to Mail Sport, Bayern Munich have given their yes, Leipzig will follow, and Porto will be a surprise inclusion. The German clubs, who supposedly had some spine, now have realized that the money is there, and they are folding as well.
I mean, RB Leipzig always sell out anyway, so.
Good God.
Good riddance, mate. Good riddance.
Built by Shanks, broke by Yanks.
Yeah. What would Bill Shankly say about this, lads? What would he say?
Disgraceful. I'm genuinely at a loss for words. Genuinely.
Well, boys, here I just want to announce that I am now 100% a hashtag United fan. See you next season.
Oh god. Oh, I can't.
So Dan just asked, do you guys think this will make players leave at the end of the season? No, it won't, because now the Super League has the most amount of money, and I think I think it was Jack who said it. Perfect example. Oscar, fantastic talent, great Brazilian player. He decided to say no to the national squad and go to China for the money to help his family, to help his children, his grandchildren, etc. Players won't care as much of the World Cup or the Olympic Games because of the amount of money that they're gonna be making in the Super League. Also, Klopp did slam the idea.
It was me, but it's not me, is it?
I don't understand how anybody at Liverpool can look at this tweet and this reality. All 12 participating clubs will be excluded from the UCL and their domestic leagues. We won't be in the Premier League next season. What is the point if we are not in the Premier League?
At least we won it, lads.
Don't care if we make all the money in the world. This is a genuinely disgraceful decision. And if it actually happens, if they do not get bullied into backing down, we failed football. We have failed football. We have to raise such a...
Not going to get bullied, though, are they? When you look at the teams who are in question, Real Madrid, Barcelona.
Every tweet Liverpool has, every player that has a tweet, every match, there has to be protests outside it. I mean, not protests.
I don't think there will be, though. When you look at clubs like Liverpool, people would sell the soul to get a ticket. Honestly, like when we were coming up to winning the league, the amount of money that was getting thrown around. Like I got offered stupid money for my last game of the season ticket. People will do anything to go and watch Liverpool. Anything, whether they're in the Super League, Premier League, whatever. People are still going to go and watch them. They're not going to get bullied out of it because ultimately these are the 20 biggest clubs in European football standing together. It's never not going to happen. And for me, this is probably our last season in the Premier League because I'm not sure that it's going to happen.
That's actually a statement that makes me physically ill. That statement makes me physically ill.
So honestly, going back real quick. So I've read some things about the source that said that PSG, that Bayern, are actually gonna join Porto and those as well. People are saying that the source isn't reliable, but think about it this way. Now that it's confirmed, now that we've seen that every club gets 3.5 billion, do you really think that they're not going to join? That they're just going to say no? Because the thing is, now that it's confirmed, it's true. Whoever doesn't join is going to be left behind. So of course they're gonna make the move to join, even if it's shit. But hey,
on a real though, boys, right?
Let's read some comments here.
Scenes when they deny City the title and they give it to West Ham.
Fucking give it to him. Like
Klopp, if Klopp has to go because of this, I go from AFSG, I believe you guys have done great, to get out of my club. If you ruin the greatest manager that we've had in the modern day, I'm sorry. I
don't think Klopp
all confirmed
gets involved in football anymore. To be honest with you, he's a massive socialist. I just think it be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see.
What I will say though, right, and I'm being serious here, boys. I'm not joking. Like, I went to my first game when I was 6 years old. I've been to 100 games since. I've fallen in love with players that have played for the badge. You know, I bought God knows how many shirts and scarves and memorabilia. Been to 100 games, and all of that goes with this. Everything goes because everything I stood for with this is gone. Like at the end, it's a damning truth. Like COVID's taken away the freedom that we had, and this is taking away the only thing that I've loved for all my life. Like,
but do you not reckon this is off the back of COVID though? Like, do you reckon this will happen?
100%. Yes.
They've been planning it for years, mate.
It's been in the plans for like 4 or 5 years at this point. It's not because maybe it was accelerated because of COVID, but it wasn't because of COVID.
The reason why it's happening is because of COVID. They want a guaranteed revenue stream. What
Can
is
anyone
that?
just tell me why Arsenal are in the Super League when they finished?
That's a
10th?
great question.
Because they've got a massive club, massive fan base.
You know, it's like it's literally. I saw someone. I saw someone tweet like 4 out of the 6 from the Premier League that are going to the Super League aren't even in the Champions League spots.
Yeah.
Liverpool will be tomorrow though when we beat Leeds, so it's not like it matters anymore.
Matty, we're going to record a Red or Dead before that. We're going to have a little meeting with all the guys tomorrow midday, like talk about YouTube plans.
We're going to choose how we're going to call our own channel after we become Hull City fans.
This changes, like legitimately, this changes all of football because 12 owners decided we want a bit more money.
Holy shit. Wait, what?
They'll start competition from the 5th category in their country. Good. I hope they fucking do.
Good.
I'm a national, baby.
It's a mad one, isn't it? That'll be the National League. City,
Mate.
the Perps will be above them, Liverpool.
You know what? I actually dig it. I dig it. Liverpool versus City scrapping out in the Vanarama League, seeing who can get up. Hey, only 3 teams can get promoted at a time. That means the big 6. Oh, that's going to be some fun.
The Vanarama National League, only 2 teams get promoted.
Oh man, 3 years.
First
All right.
becomes first.
Who's getting out first year out of the Vanarama?
Mate, it would actually be quite fun, you know. Liverpool in the National League. But my God.
Hey, I saw a video where someone put Liverpool in the National League. We won the National League unbeaten.
Because you're going to see Premier League winners Liverpool playing against bloody Southport or Morecambe and teams like that soon, aren't we?
But I'd rather.
Wait, real quick. Dawal, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Where did you see this tweet? Because I need to see.
At Mail Sport, he's put the thing there.
But it might have been a report, not an actual. Because it might have been another account that tweeted it.
Do you know what? Right, what you've got to look at it is right. This is probably going to happen, but do I think the Premier League are going to throw these clubs out of the Prem? Not a chance. If the Premier League takes the likes of Liverpool, United, City, Arsenal, and Chelsea out of the Premier League, the most revenue and TV money is them clubs. You take them out of the Premier League, you then need to put 5 clubs in from the Championship. So you're replacing Liverpool with the likes of Norwich, Bournemouth, Barnsley, Brentford.
Swansea.
It's just not. You're not replacing Swansea. You're not replacing them with clubs of the stature that's leaving. So I honestly believe the Premier League will come to some sort of agreement to allow the clubs to go and play in it. I think the Champions League might be dead because I can't see it being possible to play in the Champions League and the Super League. But I can't see the Premier League kicking Liverpool and them clubs out of the Premier League. Like, think of the money. Barclays is a massive bank in the UK. They are not going to lose that much money by kicking the 5 biggest teams out of the league. They're not going to do it.
So quickly, want to talk about this. So of course, UEFA are gonna sue every club for 50 to 60 billion.
Good.
Each. So
nothing about business.
No, not each. I mean, it's total.
Every club participate. Oh, all right. Okay. It says every club, so I don't know.
No,
but
I hope they all go out of business. If I'm being honest, I hope they do.
So here's what's going to happen, right? One of 2 things I hope happens. 1, we bully them, and they back off. Probably not going to happen. Number 2.
The funniest thing is, listen, Jack, real quick. The funniest thing about that is, even now, because it's been confirmed that we're going to be part of it, if tomorrow we wake up and say, nah, we don't want to be part of it anymore and go back, next season we're going to be playing in the National League. Like,
so it hasn't happened yet, right? So it's not like, oh, we're in the 5th league tier now. It hasn't happened yet. The plans are there, and it's now public. And you know what, Ashish, I agree that, call me that, I understand the sentiments, but you were forgetting EPL broadcasters run on the same breed and model. Yeah, of course they do. But we will never be close to.
Imagine. You know what? This just shows that we should have appreciated what we had while we had it. We were saying that the Conference League was bad, that we didn't want it, and now look at us. Look at us now.
What's going to happen to the Conference League? Like, you're going to have every single club in Europe be in Europe.
Apparently the Prem offered all 6 clubs 250 million to stay.
No way.
Well, I mean, 250 million, 3.5 billion.
No way. No way. I think here's what's going to happen. And you know what? I'll get you guys' thoughts on this. The Premier League and UEFA back down. They say, you know what? We can't afford to lose you. You can do both.
You know what? Actually, what Matty just said, that the Premier League offered them 250 to stay, that just shows how badly they need them. So I doubt they're actually gonna ban the clubs from playing.
That's what I mean. All I can see happening is the Champions League being done, where as much as we love the Champions League, it's corrupt as anything. There's those corrupt competitions in world football are in the World Cup. It's so corrupt, it's so fixed. So if it replaces the Champions League, it's going to be sad because we've been so successful in the Champions League, but why not go and be successful in the Super League? If it means us leaving the Premier League, then I'm against it. If it means it's just replacing the Champions League, then so be it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we aren't going to change it. If there's more money involved in it and it's just going to be a new Champions League, no one clicked up this much of a fuss over the Conference League. Well, I did. But it's just like, I honestly can't see the Premier League kicking these 6 clubs out.
Real quick, apparently... Okay, so Fabrizio said that the chairman, of course, Florentino Perez, and 2 vice chairmen, which are Andrea Agnelli from Juventus and Joel Glazer from Man United, doesn't mention anything about Arsenal or John Henry. So that's interesting. Also, Andrea Agnelli, of course, is going to resign as president of the ECA since he's going to be moving into this.
I'm sort of feeling physically sick. Boys, genuinely, I might throw up.
I might want to end the stream because I don't know what more can be done by us talking here. I think I just need to lie down.
We're gonna start boycotting. We're gonna start a change.org petition. Sign it.
Oh my god.
My God.
So we talked about this today, right? And we joked and we said all these different things. We were like, I can't read that, Chedu. It's too.
It's just the lead club at the top 6.
Yeah. No, I genuinely never expected this to be the reality, and I still don't expect it to be. I'm in a state of shock.
Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley.
And you know what? We're not overreacting. I'm not going to be gaslit into us believing that we're overreacting to this.
No, we're not.
It is the end of football. I'm sorry. If you were legitimately saying a football club, I'm not going to participate in the Premier League or the Champions League for just a pound of cash. Well, what was the last 100+ years for? Just
Joe, if this emerges that it just replaces the Champions League and we can still play in the Premier League, are you more sided with it then?
I would take it, honestly.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
So
I think it was
I'm
fine.
only against it myself if it means we leave the Premier League. If it's just a midweek competition,
I generally I think it was
it's still elitist.
It is, but it really turned to shit when it came out that we were going to be thrown out of the Premier League if it did go down like that. But it's like, again, even if it's replacing the Champions League, it's still not the same thing because, again, about the Champions League, what was fun about, for example, last season, last season, we're seeing, Atalanta, Leipzig, Lyon beat all these big clubs and make their fantastic run to the semifinals and the quarterfinals. And seeing teams like Red Star Belgrade just, they beat us a few seasons ago. That's the kind of shit that makes the Champions League interesting. But now that it's just big clubs, it's like, what's the point?
I'm going to read a quote from Klopp in 2019. I hope the Super League never happens. With the way the CL is now running, football has a great product, even with the Europa League. For me, the Champions League is a Super League in which you do not always end up playing the same teams. Why should we create a system where Liverpool faces Real Madrid for 10 years straight? Who wants to see that every year? Exactly. Where are you seeing that, Uzziah? That's not your name. Where are you seeing that?
Basically, it's just like the last 32 of the Champions League in one league, isn't it? More or less.
It's.
So FIFA has now, this is 36 seconds ago. FIFA has disapproved the European.
I mean, we already knew that.
Do you know what though, right? If one thing that if it's against FIFA, I'm a bit more for it because FIFA's so corrupt as well. It's all backhand gestures and having people like slave labor and stuff in the Far East. So if it's not run by them,
I'm gonna read the FIFA statement now, real quick. In view of several media requests, and as already stated several times, FIFA wishes to clarify that it stands firm in favor of solidarity in football and an equitable redistribution model which can help develop football as a sport, particularly at the global level, since the development of global football is the primary mission of FIFA. In our view, and in accordance with our statutes, any football competition, whether national, regional, or global, should always reflect the core principles of solidarity, inclusivity, integrity, and equitable financial redistribution. Moreover, the governing bodies of football should employ all lawful, sporting, and diplomatic means to ensure this remains the case. Against this background, FIFA can only express its disapproval to a closed European breakaway league outside of the international football structures and not respecting the aforementioned principles. Always stands for unity and some more stuff about how the Premier League released a statement.
The Premier League, let me check real quick. Premier League.
According to Sky Italia, the new European Super League could start as soon as
August.
Someone Shankly's
someone commented
asked
here
for a meeting with FSG as well.
Yeah, it could happen as soon as
this August, fam.
Yep.
It's just going to be one fat fucking friendly tournament. That's all. That is it, bro. Why, man?
Juventus have already left the ECA as well.
Have they really?
All 12 clubs. All 12 clubs have left.
It's done.
It's mad. It's just mad, isn't it? Like I don't know what to think. I mean, I'm not gonna panic too much now because I feel as though the Premier League will have to come to some sort of agreement with its 6 clubs. Because I refuse to believe the Premier League will allow them clubs to just leave the Premier League.
It's the fact that they were willing to give all of them 250 million to stay. That just says that they are desperate to keep the teams in the league.
Well, if you read this league table without them clubs in, you've got Leicester, West Ham, Spurs, Everton, Leeds, Villa, Wolves,
Spurs
Palace,
are part. Spurs are part.
Spurs are a big club, aren't they? Well, Wolves, Palace, Southampton, Newcastle, Brighton, Burnley, Fulham, West Brom, Sheffield United. That's not a Premier League. Sounds like a championship.
And Lee Southgate has an excuse.
Scouse, not English. European, not English, apparently.
Yep.
The Northern Independence Party.
I'm genuinely disgusted right now.
It's a Chelsea thing.
It's us. We started this. We can't point any fingers. We are the ones who started this. John Henry was the one who had this grand idea.
We're nothing to do with them. We're nothing to do with
them. At the end of the day, right?
And there we go. Sky Sports.
John Henry is not Liverpool. John Henry is Liverpool.
Yeah, he's never thought about the fans. They tried to copy, like trademark the live event. They've never been bothered about fans. And Spirit of Shankly are actually fuming. I've just seen on Twitter then to take it up with FSG. But I strongly believe FSG own this club. They can do what they want with it, and it's sad. It's proper sad. But at the end of the day, it's their club. As much as it's ours, it's the owners in it, and they're just ruining it.
They own it in paper, but it's not their club, man.
Exactly.
It's the fans' club, but because they have the physical deeds to it.
Okay, so this is a joke. All right, I'm reading this. The Super League's proposed format will have 20 teams, the 12 founding members, plus the 3 unnamed clubs they expect.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was reading.
And 5 sides who qualify annually according to their active achievements. So here's what you do. You win your league, and now you get to leave it. Now you get to just completely leave the Super League. That's why I think that leaving the ECA is just impossible, because you have this cannot exist without the domestic competitions. It says it in their goddamn qualifying. They say that they have to qualify according to their domestic achievements. So how do you qualify if you're not in the competition?
Wait, more news. PSG will refuse to sell their players to any Super League team. So, yeah. There you go.
I'll tell you what, they offered £1 billion quid.
They can't refuse, though, really, can they? Because Mbappe's at the end of his contract next year, and he's going to want to play in the Super League, so they're going to lose all the money on him. Neymar's going to want to go where the money is. Can't really refuse, can they?
Apparently, Mbappe and Neymar will renew with immediate effect. I don't know
I'm very surprised that PSG aren't in it, because for their league, it's actually a step up for them, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think. I don't know.
I'm very surprised that PSG aren't in it.
Okay, but
The only good thing I'm taking out of this is that it's now being confirmed that Everton are not a big club.
yeah.
So I'm all for it.
If this is what my proposal would be, if it was actually going to go ahead, I would make it so it becomes part of the promotion and relegation system. So in terms of all the big European leagues, the teams who finish bottom of their certain countries and the teams who finish top of that certain country's thing swap places. Then it makes it more meritocratic. But even then, it's still vile. There's no. It's so elitist, bro. I can't fucking talk about this.
It's the working man's game's been taken away from the working man. But we got priced out of it years ago. Arsenal charge us 90 quid to sit in their away end. Like, the working man's being priced out of this game. One thing I really like about Leeds is the thing of Bielsa worked out how, on average, how many hours it takes the average fan to afford to go and watch them, and makes all the Leeds players go and pick up rubbish and stuff. Sort of as stupid as that, it makes them feel humble, but the modern day fan has been priced out of this game for a long time, and football's been tampered with too much in recent years, to the point that it's not football anymore. But I want to get your opinion on something, Jack. Like, you know NFL probably better than any of us. It feels as though the NFL is a similar model, because they just pick up clubs and move them and stuff like that, and it's all about money. That hasn't done too bad, has it?
I mean, the NFL is the second biggest sporting entity in the world behind the Premier League, I believe, something like that. It's huge. It's gargantuan in America, and it's starting to get a bit of stuff overseas, so it's somewhat working. But I mean, if I had to choose how it is in Europe and implement that in the States versus choose how it is in America and implement that in Europe, I would implement Europe in America every time.
And NFL is soulless, man.
I wouldn't say soulless.
Nah, the NFL is a belter, you know.
It knows
It's a proper belter.
it's just different. But you can't take the magic of what football is right now and say, all right, yeah, we're just going to kind of brush that all aside in favor of money. That's just. I
didn't know this. Have you seen this as well, or PSG? And that he was the reason after the
I mean, the Juventus. You know, I think the president was the president of the ECA, and he just left to join the Super League. So I don't think that's the sole reason.
I massively agree with this comment myself as well. Look at the price of Sky and Virgin in this country to watch every single football game. It costs you upwards of £150, £200 a month to have Sky and BT packages in the UK. Fours are dodgy boxes, by the way. But it's just a joke. Sky is sitting here now slagging it off, going on in the background, where Sky are the ones who pumped all the money to make the TV rights so big in England, to make all the investors come into England to turn English football into what it is today. They're part of the problem. And for them sitting there, I completely agree with you, Matt. Them sitting there on the fence is an absolute joke, because Sky and BT are part of the problem, because they have bidding wars for the games in the Premier League. Never, when the Super League's on, I refuse to believe that Sky or BT won't have coverage of it.
Oh no, they're gonna bid for the rights 100%.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I agree with this as well, because like Rangers and Celtic probably should be in English football pyramid, like Swansea and Cardiff. Completely agree. But then it does ruin teams like that. If Rangers are going to be in the Champions League next year, massive for them. Stevie G in the Champions League managing, it's going to be huge. And now they could be coming up against random teams and not being able to give the opportunity to play. Like Rangers could have ended up in a group with like Liverpool, Real Madrid, Atalanta, and Rangers. What a group that is for them, being also out of the Champions League for so many years, and they come in and can play against teams like that, when now they're going to be playing against Everton, West Ham. Just go to the ass.
Look at this beautiful. I think this is the motto of the Super League. I just love it. The best clubs, the best players every week.
Well, they're not the best though, are they? Because it's just the same. Like,
So here's a quote, though, is Super League. The games will be played midweek, and all clubs will remain in their domestic leagues. Not if you're banned. If you're
so
banned,
they're
you
playing
can't.
midweek as well, yeah? They're playing midweek as well. That really helps the working man, doesn't it? Yeah, great one. Cheers.
I don't think Steven Gerrard will come and manage Liverpool now.
No
Myself.
chance.
He's
No
working class. Heighton's a council estate. Where Gerrard grew up is a council estate. It's a working class game round here. And, I mean, money wise, he might do, but I think Gerrard knows the Liverpool way. Gerrard's worked under too many managers.
After this day, Steven Gerrard will not love Liverpool like he has done before. And that breaks my fucking heart. Genuinely.
I mean, I'll still love Liverpool as much as I've always loved Liverpool. I don't agree with it, but it's Liverpool football club at the end of the day.
Again, it's the owner's fault. It's not.
It's tainted, though, isn't it? It is tainted. Surely, just
in ways, yeah, it's tainted that they've went with the money. It's sad. It's ruined football. It's the death of football today. But we're still going to watch Liverpool. We are. We're not going to sit there. And if you aren't going to sit at home on a weekend, or say on a Thursday night, knowing Liverpool are playing Inter Milan in the Super League, you aren't going to watch Corrie, are you? You're going to watch the Super League, watch Inter Milan against Liverpool. And they know that. They know that everyone's going to sit here now, kicking up a fuss, saying how much of a joke it is. But them same people are still going to watch it on the first day of the competition. And that's just that we are just puppets, and they know that. Like, look at Sky and BT put the prices up for the packages every single year because they know people will moan, but they're just going to pay it. And it's been like that since it got brought in. It's always been like that for the past 10 years. Football has priced the working class fans out of it. In the UK, on average, to go to a game, you've got to work 5 or 6 hours to go and watch Liverpool. £6 an hour for most people who are like younger fans. 60 quid a ticket. They got to work 10 hours just to go to one game. And that, I remember when I first started going to the game, they were like £12, £13 a ticket. So the modern fans have been priced out for it anyway. And the irony of it is that they know all those fans are going to watch that Super League. Whether we moan about it or not, we're going to watch it.
What does this ticket prices as well? I think there's
probably going to be more, isn't it?
The only way is up for ticket prices.
Yep. The only thing that I'm disappointed
This is how I feel right now.
Yeah, I'm disappointed in the sense of with the Champions League this year, for example, I was dead excited thinking I was going to be going to Istanbul. When we went to Madrid, that like buzz of going to Madrid to watch my team in the European Cup final, going on when you go to the aways like your Barcelona, your Real Madrid, it's going to be boring because you know that year there's nine. Then it's pricing fans out in the sense of there's going to be fans who want to watch Liverpool no matter what. Now our away games have went from travelling to bloody the other side of Stanley Park, to travelling to Madrid and stuff like that. So
when Merseyside derby's gone, it's gone.
Yeah, it's never going to happen again.
I wouldn't go that far. I honestly don't think the Premier League will kick these teams out the league. They lose too much money.
They will leave, bro. They will leave. They'll go.
So you're telling me that these football clubs are just going to play once a week on a Thursday or something?
God, no.
The Premier League will, as much as Boris has come out saying there's going to be fines and that, sod you with your fines. There's not going. The Premier League will not kick. Think of the clubs in question. If the Premier League removes them, it's not the Premier League anymore, is it? We're removing Liverpool and United, the two most successful clubs ever.
They won't remove them. They'll leave. They'll go, bro.
I am incapable of critical thought right now and be impartial. I'm ready to wrap the stream and let everyone go and try and rationalize with this however they want.
What do you think about this, Jack? Do you think like if Liverpool, United, etc., wasn't in the Premier League, would the market for it be as big in America?
Are you saying like they just never existed, or
So if the Premier League kicked these 6 clubs out, a lot of the Premier League revenue comes from like the Asian markets, the American markets. Do you honestly believe that the Premier League would be as big as it is in America without these 6 clubs?
Of course not.
If they had the years of marketing, the years of them winning the titles, the years of their history, then maybe. But if you take them away now, after they've built all that already, then I mean you gotta start from scratch.
Like most fans are going to go and watch.
You know what's fascinating is Sky is furious about this because they're going to lose those clubs from the Premier League.
Also, when it comes to broadcasting contracts, Surely they've been breached by this.
How are they not?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the broadcasting contracts are due to be renewed because they've had to put every game on during COVID, so they've been slightly altered.
The current Champions League contract runs through 2024. They are just breaking their contract. I don't understand how this legally can happen. Like, I don't understand
because this is the thing. BC Sports in the UK own the rights to the European competitions, so the contract technically hasn't been breached because next year the Champions League will still be on with just lesser teams in it, so they're still going to be able to film it and show it, so the contract's still getting honoured.
It's not the same.
Wait a minute. So wait. So does this mean that PSG are just given the Champions League trophy because the other 3 teams left the association? So
I mean, they have to win it. You know, it would just be like a case of this.
But they still. But how would that work?
I personally refuse to believe that Jurgen Klopp agrees with this.
No, but this comment, I half makes sense. Can you honestly see the owners just going, "Fuck the manager, fuck the players, we're entering"?
No, but I refuse to believe that Jurgen Klopp is for this, though.
He may not be for it, but then as a football manager, if someone says to Jurgen Klopp, "Go and manage in this league, and you're going to get $100,000 a week," or "Go and manage in the Super League, and you might get $500,000 a week," he's going to the Super League. Jurgen Klopp's a proper man of the people. Yeah, he is. At the end of the day, he's going to take $500,000 a week because anyone who sits there and goes, "It's all about money." If you could offer that amount of money, we'd do it ourselves. Everyone's only human, and people are influenced by money. It's just sad that it's happened to the game of football that we all love. It was bound to happen, wasn't it, when you think about it?
You know what's fascinating?
My dad literally banged on about it for the last 5 or 6 years. And I rang him.
You know what's the happiest? Sheffield United. They ain't getting relegated as things currently stand. They're sticking around in the Premier League. They're finishing 14th, baby.
Do you reckon they were thinking, what about the teams that are currently still in the Champions League?
That's what I said. Do PSG just win it? Because they've all already left the ECA. So what happens?
Do you reckon this is why Liverpool being so shit this season? Then do you reckon
It's all been like injured. It was faking all the time, bro.
Yeah. Look at it this way. At least City are not champions.
Joel Glazer is the vice chairman of the Super League. Joel Glazer laundered money out of United for years for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and now he's the vice chairman. So it's starting off with 2 corrupt people at the helm in Perez and Glazer. So we're even one corrupt organisation for an even more corrupt organisation. Makes no sense, does it?
Here's what we can do. We can boycott the sponsors. We can refuse to watch. We can refuse to engage with these clubs. We have power. I refuse to believe that they can just accept this lump sum of cash and alienate most of their fan base and still laugh their way to the bank. I cannot believe I took devil's advocate's position for this earlier today. I feel disgusting.
I honestly
speak for Men in Blazers. Just took one derby loss and Liverpool boat off the Premier League. Can dish it out, but they can't take it. Spot on.
Football's been dead for years.
To be honest, Jack, the power in society is polarized anyway. Like as I said earlier, football's a reflection of society. The power is with the top 1%. It's literally a game for filling their pockets now.
I don't think in Liverpool, we're used to being fucked over by the higher ups all the time. So seeing my football club get fucked over by higher ups, just another thing in life that's getting fucked over by the higher ups.
What players stand up to this? Robertson?
Oh my God! Oh my God! The trophy! No, this has to be fake. This has to be fake. No way! Is this the actual? No! I sent it through the group chat.
Please tell me if it's a really late April Fool's joke. What the?
That's the Champions League off FIFA before they actually added the Champions League into it.
Is that actually a thing, mate?
That's genuinely the Champions League off FIFA before they had the Champions League. 100%.
Really?
No, it's not. It's not. I've been playing FIFA for 6 years. I can confirm it's not.
Isn't it?
It looks like a nipple, bruv.
Also, rumors tonight that Klopp has told the LFC owners that he will resign if we join. So that could
Yeah.
happen.
Well, they can get to fuck. Now my opinion's changed on it. They can get to fuck. Fuck off. Fuck off back to Boston. Rats.
Mate, it was, as I said, I'm not sure how that's true. How true that is, by the way, because of the account that it's come from. But if Jurgen Klopp leaves, then fair fucks to him. He becomes even more of a legend in my eyes if he leaves today.
Who? Oh my God.
It does be like that, doesn't it, boys? Who'd have thought that when we'd be starting up the transfer room, we'd see the end of the Premier League within 5 months?
It's all because we started this channel. Definitely, you know, we were top of the league before. Everything just went downhill. The Super League was confirmed. I think it's all our fault. I
just don't understand. I just don't understand how Arsenal and Tottenham are classed as a super club.
Four of the teams that were called up for the Super League haven't even won the European Cup.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they're the clubs with the biggest revenue.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
They've definitely been called up for the fancy stadium.
Are we
host the final
watching the match tomorrow? I don't understand how I can watch that match tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie. What's the point?
At the end of the day, I've come to a realization of.
Well, so the Premier League have said
may as well enjoy our last few Premier League games.
I was
or face consequences.
Raw passion. Said that I won't be a Liverpool fan anymore. Of course I will. You know, you can't rip this club away from me after the amount of connection that I've had. But it won't be the same.
Exactly, it's not going to be the same amount of passion.
It's not the same anymore. I've already lost a love for Liverpool. The love has been ripped out. It's more just like I want them to win. At the end of the day, it won't ruin my weekend if Liverpool lose, like it used to. I know it won't.
I mean, even so, as it stands, we're out of the Premier League. So who cares where we end up this season? We're out of the ECA.
I'm more bothered that I've got 6 stars tattooed onto me. They look pretty pointless now, don't they?
Will the game go ahead tomorrow?
Yeah, I'd assume so.
Will it? We're not going to be in the Premier League tomorrow. By the look of it,
I don't know, man.
I genuinely, right? If I was in a selfish point of view, I don't want Jurgen Klopp to leave Liverpool Football Club, right? But if I was him, and if he's the man that I think he is, he will go. And
nah.
Honestly, my respect for Klopp is gonna be so much higher if he actually does go.
I don't think he will. Think about it in a sense of he's gonna, like, I've just seen a comment there. He's gonna have that pay rise and carry on, whether he's with it or not.
He's got enough money.
Yeah, but whether he's with it or not, you can never have too much money, can you?
So well, there's an argument to be made.
Like, that's like all the players will sit there and go, we don't agree with it. And the club's going to turn around and go, we'll pay you $350,000 a week to come and play for us, though. And they're going to go, oh, I agree with it now, mate. Yeah, sign me up.
You know what? I think
this mentality, though, isn't it? It's the Margaret Thatcher mentality. Every man for themselves. And it's
don't get me started on there. Oof.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what she was. She's an individualistic woman. And that's what everything's turning into.
Well, we can only speak about, like, this country and how much of a shit show this country is, but I feel as though there's like divides in most countries. Like, look at Spain, for example. Catalonia's been separate from the rest of Madrid for a long time now. So I don't think they're is any better than over here. But the higher ups always get what they want, don't they? Like so it's just like when Boris said he'd put more money into the NHS than give them a 10p pay rise, like me and carers. Joke. So the higher ups just bloody run the world. So nothing's going to change. The Super League's going to happen. Football's dead. Anyone fancy cricket?
Mate,
I'm down. I love cricket. No, we're going to be a cricket channel from now on.
I'll learn cricket for this.
This is true. What Dan said.
It's true.
I strongly believe that we, as fans, you know nothing until things are announced. Factors finally came out now. Do they really care that fans are going to say, oh my God? No, they've already all left the ECA, so they don't care. It's happening, whether we like it or not. The only fine print that needs to be worked on is if the Premier League are really going to kick us out. But then the Super League, it seems like it's that much money in it. They'll probably go to all the remaining, to like the Premier League, or Liga, Serie A, and say to them, "We'll give you as a league £1 billion a year to be happy about it." And then the corporate greeds that run the Premier League and stuff are going to go, "Yes, aren't me? Shake your hand, go and play on a Thursday."
The thing I can think about it though is like, how is this sustainable? How is it sustainable, man?
I don't know.
Probably the same way City and PSG have run the clubs for all these years. If you look at City on paper, they actually make money, but you go to the ground and it's empty. So it's all fudge numbers. Money can just get printed. The Queen's probably got her head on a photocopy now, making some money.
Oh my gosh.
Well, no.
Oh
my God, boys.
I'm just amazed it happened, but I do strongly believe we won't be kicked out the Premier League. Just no chance. Fuck him. He's a fucking greedy bastard as well. Left to go to
He left for that. Yeah,
his granddad sound though, so Forza his granddad Joe. He's a nice fella, but Bobby Duncan can leg it.
I am at a loss for words. No,
yeah, here we go.
What?
PSG win by default. That'd be the biggest FU to PSG.
Wait, what did it say? The teams involved can be kicked out. Yep, there you go. So that means PSG win the league. Yay! Champions League, yeah.
Well, at least Pochettino's got a trophy now.
Yeah,
I honestly hope if it does happen, the cup's a bit like this. Because that cup's shit. Imagine having a cup like that. Copa del Rey. Look at that. That's a monster.
Nah, that's a beautiful trophy. Too bad we get a fucking Pokemon as a trophy.
Premier League trophy is a really nice trophy. The Champions League trophy is the most iconic trophy, I think, in world football, at least, if not like the world things. Yeah, I mean, we already did the UEFA's job for them as we kicked ourselves out of Champions League. So
success.
Exactly, bro. We're ahead of the curve.
Plot twist. The reason why our players played bad after being top is because they knew it was going to happen and didn't care about the league anymore.
It just makes you feel sick, doesn't it, that we're never going to see Big E as lifted ahead of a Liverpool captain again.
What's so annoying is that there's nothing we can do about it. It's like we have this anger, we have this desire to change things, and where does it go? What does all the passion we put into this channel, into supporting this football club, where did it all go? It went into the pockets of John Henry so he could think about what he wants to do next with his football club. And what he thought next, he thought, I'm going to drive this into the ground. This is what our rivals dreamt of when they thought of ways they could get us out of the league, get us out of the picture, have us ruin our football club, and we did it ourselves. And I'm disgusted.
I disagree. I disagree to an extent that I don't think John Henry done it to ruin the football club. I think he's doing it from a business point of view because
he's not doing it for the football club, but it's what's happening.
Yeah, it's what's happening, but I think from a business point of view, it's the best thing that can happen to the football clubs. But from a fan's point of view, it's ruining the game. But from a business point of view, it's smart. So you've just got to realise that football owners do not give a single fuck about their fans. They care about it being a business. FSG bought Liverpool for £300 million. It's now valued at billions of pounds. It's only going to add to the value by coming into the Super League, isn't it? So it wouldn't surprise me if FSG sell Liverpool in a few years.
Yeah.
How fucking quick is all this happening then?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said a while ago. All of them left.
That's against the entire principle of the Super League. The Super League said they're going to play in their domestic competition. So if that's reality, that either the Telegraph's line or
with the domestic competition.
No, that's domestic competition. Exactly. It's European Club Association, meaning no Champions League, no Europa League, and no Conference League.
No, complete. If we don't get kicked out the Prem, I'm all for it. More money than the Champions League, all for it myself.
I wouldn't be all for it though.
I wouldn't be all for it, but I would be fine with it. I wouldn't be
more for it. Yeah, I'd be more for it.
Exactly.
The only way I wouldn't be for it if we stay in the Premier League is if they turn around and go, yeah, the ticket's like 150 quid. So it's pricing the fans. If they turn around, if the Premier League keep us in it and the amount of money in the Super League, they could turn around and go 40 quid a ticket and then it wins everyone back over like that. instantly wins everyone back over. If they set a bar that clubs can only charge this amount of money for a ticket, which then allows the working man to go back and watch football games, and you can still stay in the Premier League alongside that, then it could work out well. Obviously, today's the first day it's been announced. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. The Premier League are threatening to kick clubs out, but they're not. They're not kicking the clubs out who have left. They're not. I refuse to believe it. The Premier League are only worried because the money they get from UEFA for the Champions League.
So
but then that'll get replaced.
We all refused to believe that any of this was going to happen 2 hours ago.
No, we essentially believed that it was just a negotiation tactic. We didn't think that it was actually going to go on. But real quick, there will be an emergency meeting by UEFA tomorrow to punish all clubs involved in the Super League. Obviously it's tomorrow, so tomorrow I guess we'll see what's going to happen.
Boys, I don't think
with this comment, Jack, what I mean by all for it is, if we are still allowed to play in the Premier League and this is just simply replacing the Champions League, the Champions League gives us memories that will last a lifetime. My best ever time following Liverpool was like in Madrid, and that it was one of the best nights of my life, watching the Reds win the Champions League with all my mates. It was unbelievable. But if this now replaces the Champions League and it's 3 times the amount of money, which then allows Liverpool to go and invest in the squad, which fans have been saying all year, FSG out because they haven't invested. If joining this competition replaces the Champions League and you're getting 3 times the amount of money and you can then maybe get your Mbappes and your Haalands, wouldn't people be for it then? If it's literally just a new Champions League, and ultimately it's 1 tier above the Champions League, you could say, like the Conference League was 2 tiers below it.
I hate that. It's not a competition. It's not a tournament.
Don't get me wrong. I love the Champions League, but the Champions League is, regardless of Liverpool don't join this Super League, the Champions League's finished. You're not going to have Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, Real Madrid, Barcelona, all these European giants in the Champions League anymore. So ultimately, the Champions League isn't the Champions League. It's going to have teams like Everton and stuff in it. It's not the best of the best, which is what the Champions League was meant to be. So if this competition simply replaces the Champions League and we can still play in the Premier League, then it's got benefits. It's not, obviously, right now everyone's sitting here thinking, oh my God, we're going to be kicked out of the Prem, it's ruining football. But if it ends up that you can play in the Premier League and this is just replacing the Champions League, if we didn't go part of it, and we were playing in the Champions League against nobodies, yet we might win 20 Champions Leagues, but you're not playing against your Real Madrid, your Barcelonas and stuff like that. So it sort of makes sense in a way. But I'm not for it if it means us leaving the Premier League by any stretch of the margin. If it means that there's more money and it's like a new tier of the Champions League, then so be it.
I mean, Jack, you're saying it's not a replacement for the Champions League. They're not just champions. That's how the Champions League has always been, since it was named the Champions League. Because
this isn't a competition. It's just a money-making
scheme. It's an elitist set. It's like, you remember the International Club Champions Cup or whatever that is that happens over in America in pre-season. It's literally a deluxe version of that, bro.
Yeah. Like with this comment here, though, I'm only saying it in that context because fans for the past year have been flippant that FSG haven't bought anyone. So if now they're doing a situation to buy players, then people can't really moan because we've sort of asked for it, haven't we? I mean, me personally, I don't like change. I'd rather be the Champions League still because I absolutely love the Champions League. I've had some of the best away trips in my life for the Champions League. But if it means more money, then obviously as a business, it's more sustainable, isn't it?
Wait. Sources come out saying that it's now likely Real Madrid, Chelsea and Man City will be kicked out of the competition.
Yeah, there's a good chance that PSG are crowned.
Because again, they all left the association, meaning why would they keep playing? Why would they allow them to play if they're not part of the association? Meaning PSG are winners of the Champions League.
Exactly. Meritocracy, as I said, I've been saying all day. Meritocracy, bro.
With this comment as well, I half agree with Jack in a sense of what is the point in the Premier League? Well, there's not going to be a top 4 anymore. Because if you win the Premier League, if Liverpool win the Premier League next year, for example, we're still going to be in the Super League the following year. If we finish 19th in the Premier League, we're still going to be in the Super League the following year, aren't we? So it's one of them. It's a bit of a mad one because imagine how happy we'd be at the end of the season if we got top 4 to go in the Champions League, and now it's off just worthless.
Now I can see ourselves that our game tomorrow could be off.
Yeah,
it could be off. It could be done, bro. It could be finished. It could be. It's genuinely mind-boggling It's mind-boggling.
I agree with you. Scouts liking our for an elite team.
So apparently, I don't know. So according to Sam Wallace from the Daily,
Is this true?
Sunday Telegraph, probably true. Since they have to basically see how the fuck they're gonna do things, because United and Arsenal still in the Europa League, right? If I'm correct.
Yeah.
So are they in the semifinals by now? The Europa League.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it means that Villarreal and whoever's the other one there are gonna play in the final, and then PSG is gonna win it because there's no one else. Now, quickly, apparently, according to Sam Wallace, clubs are committed to the breakaway.
Well, obviously they are, because this has been spoken about since 2017, 2017, 18, something like that. So it's been getting planned for years. It was always going to happen. The thing with all of us are none of us like change. I bet people were kicking off like this when all the money got pumped into the Premier League.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's still meritocracy there, though. You can move.
Yeah, I agree, because I think if there is going to be a Super League, it should be a similar format to the Champions League, where the 20 best clubs across the European leagues who finish in certain positions should then go into Super League. I don't think it should be 12 set teams with 8 guests, because then Liverpool could ultimately finish 16th in the Premier League and win the Super League and come second in the Super League and then go on to win it in the knockout stages. It's pointless. It's absolutely pointless.
It's just like, listen, and I'm not gonna. This is not me attacking the NBA because I like basketball, but it's literally just you can end up at last and you're still gonna be winning.
Yeah, like this right here, Roger said there, you finish 20th and get 400 mil.
Yeah,
from a business point of view, you can see why they've done it. Like, ultimately, you can. It's sustaining the club for the longevity, and I can guarantee, out of the clubs who've joined it, many of their owners will probably move them on in a few years and make even more money because they're part of the Super League.
Yeah,
this is true. It's been suspended.
I'm just need to go for a piss, boys. Be back in a second.
He's definitely gonna go cry. He's definitely crying in the bathroom right now.
Roger, I think they probably would prioritise over the Premier League, but wouldn't you say that the Champions League somewhat gets prioritised sometimes over the Premier League? I mean, they've probably got pretty similar.
Yes, they would. They would prioritise.
I think people prioritise the Champions League now as it is, and rightfully so. It's the best of the best. So, but I've got a question for you too, though.
Matches have been cancelled temporarily, by the way.
Take away your pain from it a second, right? I've got a question for you too. If we didn't join the Super League and there was only the other 5 teams who joined, but then the Champions League is just a big fad in the next 10 years because it's not got all the best clubs in it.
Quick,
would you still want to win the Champions League though? That's what I want to ask all 3 years. If we did not join the Super League and we just stayed like your Evertons, would you still want to win the Champions League, even though ultimately
I want to win every competition you're in, though?
Yes, exactly. I would want to win the Premier League.
Will the money still be the same in the Champions League when you're Real Madrid?
Of course it's not gonna be. But still, I would still want to win it, even if the money isn't the same. But real quick, I saw someone earlier in the comments say that it's 3.5 billion in total. Just been confirmed by Sky that it's 3.5 billion per team that is going to be given.
That's your reason then why everyone's joined it. It's 3.5 billion pounds. That's not.
Where's that money coming from?
No. Send me that. I do not believe that. Send me that.
Oh, I sent it through the HQ chat. There we go. Each Super League club will receive a 3.5 billion euro payment.
3.5 billion euros.
UEFA are trying to sue all the clubs for 60 million. If they're getting 3.5 billion euros each, they're just going to go to UEFA.
No. 60. Well, in total, it's 60 billion. I don't know.
It works out at 60 million a club, I think. But even if it's 600 million, they're getting 3.5 billion. They'll just pay UEFA off. See, and Matt's just agreed with me on that sense that you would want to win the Champions League, but it wouldn't feel as valuable. So if we didn't join the Super League now, we'd be made up. We'd be sat here laughing at your Cities and Uniteds. However, if we didn't join the Super League, then the Champions League's not going to have the same amount of prize money. It's not going to be the Champions League anymore because ultimately the champion teams are all going to be in the Super League. So Liverpool, I can understand in a sense, don't want to be left behind. If this league is happening, I can understand why Liverpool want to be in it because the Champions League is going to lose all its merit, which is so sad. It's so sad, and it's a sad day for football. But in terms of a financial position, when all these clubs, your Atletico Madrid, your Barcelona, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Inter Milan, Juventus, they leave the Champions League. The Champions League final next year genuinely could be Everton against Eintracht Frankfurt or something stupid like that. And there's not going to be any money in that.
I want us to wrap this stream up. We're going on 2 hours now.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I am exhausted.
You can't do a road to glory anymore.
Where does the glory go to?
The glory goes
You
to the
can't,
big.
you can't make a career with Bristol and have a £500 million financial takeover.
Oh my God.
It's literally like if you went to Liverpool and did the financial takeover on FIFA, you're just the biggest nerd ever. You're just the biggest nerd.
yeah. Why would you do that? It just takes the fun out of career mode.
Because I'd actually done it properly, to be honest. I give Bristol, I give them 100 mil, but then I had like Curtis Jones now in my team because obviously I had to buy Starboy. So, and Liverpool wanted 40 mil. How else was I getting it?
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to have our stream up here because I'm sure there's going to be lots to talk about tomorrow, and I need to probably go to bed very early tonight so I can be awake tomorrow, early U.S. time for all that. But
I wouldn't rule out Liverpool's game getting cancelled tomorrow.
Neither would
If
I.
the Champions League being suspended then.
you know what? This feels like when the Premier League and everything was shut down last year, when it was just a cascade of news of just sadness and just you can't wrap your head around it. It will take us months to wrap our head around
But
this.
This is one
different,
positive. FIFA is in the mud, and that's what we like because it's a
Shit
shit
game,
game anyway.
though. But
Yeah.
my ultimate team. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
How many times you been lagged out this year, Chedu?
You know what? You have a fair point.
Last words before we get out of here.
Listen, we're all sad that this is all happening, but at least there is, a shining light, a ray of hope, and something to be happy about. And it's despite everything happening, Vinicius is still a shit player. But yeah, that's about all I have to say.
Matty.
If we leave the Premier League because of it, I'll stop supporting football in general. But if it's just another competition, then it's just something we're going to have to live with, innit? I'll support Liverpool to the day I die. It's my club, and this shitty league's not going to change that. I'm not going to boycott the club because ultimately I love going the ground too much to boycott going the ground. So that's what I'll do to most fans. I think many fans will be in the same position as me, where they just want to go and watch football, and they're just going to still go and watch it, and it's shit. But at least we won the Champions League before it ended as we know it. Okay,
Chris.
he's got no words.
He's just pain. He's
He's in Spain without the S. Well, one thing is for sure. It is Monday in the UK. It will be Monday in America in 4.5 hours. We will be back tomorrow. If the Liverpool play Leeds, we'll be there before it.
But hey,
We'll support this club until they make us no longer support them.
Make us cry. yeah.
I'll support until I'm in the
Listen,
ground.
everyone, I know everyone's sad. I know tonight we're all gonna go to sleep almost in tears. But tomorrow, the best LFCTR video is coming out. So
It's not coming out tomorrow. Maybe
It's not-
tomorrow. Tuesday.
maybe tomorrow or Tuesday, the best LFCTR video. Look forward to that. That one's very good.
Anyways, gentlemen, as always, thank you for your time. This was an especially hard stream to get through. But and thank you to everyone who was tuning in from Twitter, from Facebook, from YouTube, especially. Make sure to subscribe. The channel will go on. It will be changed because that's just how these things get changed. But thank you to you all as always. For myself, Jack, for Chedu, for Matty, and for Chris. Football changed a lot between when we started this stream and when we ended it. But I was glad I was with you guys for this. I will remember this for the rest of my life. As always, thank you for joining us, and we will see you guys next time.